Welcome to the Take Action Podcast, where we empower communication partners to feel confident with AAC. I am Lauren Greenlief, a certified speech-language pathologist with nearly a decade of experience in AAC. Join us weekly as we dive into all of the aspects of AAC and hear from communication partners just like you who are successfully integrating AAC into their daily lives. Whether you are an SLP, a parent, an educator, or any other communication partner, you are absolutely in the right place if you are ready to take actionable steps towards AAC success today. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first official Take Action Podcast episode. I am so excited you are here today. I just wanted to take a few minutes to welcome you to the podcast, tell you a little bit about myself, what the podcast is going to look like, and why we chose the name that we did, because it has a lot of power to it, and I hope that you feel the same way also. So huge welcome to the Take Action Podcast. This is your one-stop shop for figuring out things related to AAC, whether you are a professional, a parent, or someone just interested in AAC. This is going to be an awesome place for you. So each week we are going to come out with a new podcast episode. About once a month, you'll just be hearing from me with some educational stuff. And then all of the other weeks are going to be interviews with parents and SLPs and professionals just like you, working with AAC and sharing their expertise and sharing their experience and sharing their challenges with us so that we can all learn and grow. Because the reality is there are so many different components to AAC. There's so much to learn, and we need to be able to incorporate all of these different strategies and all of these different factors that our AAC users have to really best support them. And it is great to sit by and listen and learn through courses and classes and things along those lines. But until you really hear from people who are doing it, and until you really try it yourself, you struggle a little bit. In all reality, you do. It's hard. It's a lot of things to incorporate, and so much of this process is learning through experience. So a little bit about myself. I am Lauren. I am a certified speech-language pathologist. I have been for almost a decade now. I truly love all things AAC. It is a huge passion of mine, and that was fostered at a really early time in my career. I was super fortunate to have the opportunity to get AAC experience in undergraduate. And I know a lot of you out there don't have that opportunity, and parents, you guys don't have any opportunity. So I had a lot of opportunities in undergrad, and then I went to a grad program that had a AAC concentration. And through that, I got to do this amazing externship both years that I was in grad school with a local school district, really focused exclusively on AAC 2 days a week. It was a transformative experience for me. I learned so much, and I want to give huge credit to my mentor, Liz, at the time. And she taught me so much, but what I feel like she taught me the most is how to really critically think through supporting our AAC users. It's not always this cookie cutter philosophy that we can apply to everybody that comes through our doors. There's so much to learn and so much to understand about that individual child themselves that we really need to be able to incorporate. So it was a phenomenal experience. And then I went on, as I graduated, to work with AAC each year that I've been out of school. And I also own a private practice called Inspire Connections Therapy. I am located in Ohio, and my practice pretty much exclusively does AAC. I am so excited to full-time be transitioning into this role. It allows me to bring you guys more awesome content, and it allows me to do the things that I absolutely love and support my family in the process. I have a husband and 2 little girls who are amazing and very supportive. And I'm really loving this life that we're creating. And I really am so honored that you are even here listening. And I'm so honored by all the families that I can help support. I
truly am humbled by it because it is so important to me to be able to give people access to language and access to a voice, because everybody has the right to do that. We all have the right to be able to communicate what we want and when we want it, and share how we feel about things, and be funny, and ask questions, and learn more about the world around us. And AAC really opens the door for that. And you are going to hear from so many amazing people over the next few months and continuing on in this podcast that are really embracing AAC and making it work. And it's not without challenges. We all have challenges every day. We all learn something new every day. But my hope for this podcast is that you really shake it and embrace it and understand that it doesn't have to be that cookie cutter way. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. You can get creative. You can use your skills and your critical thinking to adjust things to work specifically for your student or AAC that you are working with. I do have a long history in the school systems. I worked in the school system for 8 years. And I also work in early intervention. So I have a little bit of everything going on. And I'm really excited to bring that to you guys and then bring these guests to you too. So let's take a few minutes to talk about the name, Take Action. I'm going to give credit to my last grad student, Lauren, and also my VA right now for helping me finagle this name to make it exactly the way that I wanted to. So the AAC component of action is 100% her idea. So props to her. I love this concept, right? Because AAC is incorporated in it, and that is what this whole podcast is about. But it's really about taking action. And I kind of alluded to this earlier, but we can learn and learn and learn and learn all about AAC, but until we really step back and until we really take the time to try it, we don't know what we're doing. We can know what we're doing from a textbook perspective, but kids aren't textbook. They don't come in and present the exact same way every time. A system doesn't always do exactly what you want it to do every time. Sometimes you need to learn how to program on the fly. Sometimes you need to learn where vocabulary is. Sometimes you need to adjust your support method or the environment so that everyone can thrive. So really the idea here is the magic behind action. We learn best when we do things. And yes, you will make mistakes. That is a given. I've made tons of mistakes. I know better now, and I'm doing better now. And that is part of this learning process. And I really hope that these interviews and these educational podcasts that come your way can really help you navigate through how to incorporate AAC on a daily basis. The goal of each episode is to give you an action step. You should be able to listen to an episode and say, ooh, I could try that today, or I could try that tomorrow with so-and-so. And that is my goal. I want you to be able to take something every week and try it out. And I would love to know how it goes. If you have success with something you heard on the podcast, please do not hesitate to share it with me. Send me an email, send me a message on Instagram, make a comment below the podcast. We really want to see all of the success that is happening, because this can be a really daunting experience. And it can also get disheartening at times when you're not seeing something work. And it's really important to know that there are other people out there experiencing the same thing, and also other people out there gaining successes. And how are they gaining those successes? You want to know that, right? So the magic here is really this take action piece. Please take a listen to these podcasts and then try to take action after each one. I will do my best to give you an action step, but if I don't give you an action step, think through what you listen to and how can it apply to what you're doing, or can it give you validation to what you're already doing? I think that's part of this process too, is sometimes we just need that validation that we are doing it right. So you can take these interviews, you can take this educational piece, and you may not be able to take action, but maybe your action can be validating your own thoughts. And that in and of itself is incredibly powerful. So this is going to wrap up this first episode, Take Action Tuesday. I am so excited to bring you the interviews we have coming up this summer. They are going to be phenomenal. And if you are looking for more information from me while you wait for next week, you can find me at inspireconnectionstherapy.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook under Inspire Connections Therapy. I am there. I am active. Feel free to send me a message. Tell me how excited you are about the podcast. If you are listening and you'd like to take a nice little screenshot and share it, we would love to see it. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.